here we go. Now that Liberty's back, we're gonna continue with the tracks. We got another one coming up from Requiem Inc. Greystone Park.
Woo! This reminds me of Mac Miller's Blue Slide Park. You know what I'm saying? But it's Greystone Park. Let's see what. Oof.
Yeah, I know some of these people. I think that I haven't listened to the track, but you tell me at the end if it actually is like referential, like what you just said, because I know these guys, and that sounds like something that they would do. I don't know them super well, but I've listened to some of their music and I've rapped with a few of them, and I know that sounds like something they would do. So let's check it out.
Delusional perceptions, in common with all primary delusions, arise out of the blue. Specifically, delusional perceptions have two components, in that a normal perception is then subject to delusional interpretation.
Yeah, really feel like I'm the dealio. Johnny got no dollars, but your daughter in my city, whoa. All up in my video, fishnets casting. Better pause the tape for this shit gets nasty. Now you gotta place all bets, cash please. Turn so fly, now these faggots try to catch me. Bro, I'm about to focus while these rappers try to ask me. Yeah, they know that it's a better bet than a match, man, it's that deep. And I'm about to raise the stakes. Got your honey sending shots of money at her face. While she on her knees, pray. Now she want the cheese cake. Getting kinda hot, but it's a breeze. Wait, how I ride the bass, make your teeth shake, make your feet quake. While you trying to get that rebate, thinking that she know me to a T. Just addicted to the D. Now she wanna stay, better take a tea break.
Around for a second, tell me what you see. Y'all might as well share the same brain cell. It's my mind, it's my weapon left blind. When I step in, can't define when I'm shepherd across the line with my presence. But fuck you, irrelevant. Pessimist, I'm fed up. You can settle in my excrement. Lay next to my etiquette. About to leave that bass like Jay-Z, cause it's the motherfucking shit.
Yeah, yo, I could be broke, still have fuck you money. Better be great like, honey. Fuck what you say, can't tell me nothing. My girl blocked on my phone, can't say she let me. I might die all alone, that's the wave. What you say? I don't hear a thing. Watch them blade. True nigga of the night, that's right. If I gotta fight, then I'm Diamond Dallas Page. Off the top road, smash your baby mama all up in the Honda. Then I make her pay for Benny Hanna. Shots of pole money, thank you for that shit. Know I been kinda mean, but never been that rich. No, I stay on the scene like I NDB. So wise, you would think that I am DB. Niggas think that they can get away with it, but they can't get away with shit as long as we gon' stay in it forever.
A number of chronic schizophrenic patients present a hepiphrenic picture. The patient we will see is in a far advanced state, marked by extreme deterioration, affecting intellect, emotions, and behavior. The characteristic symptoms consist in...
I think my psychologist follows me, must be paranoid. I mean, I gotta be wary. The fairies don't breathe while he's staring like fairies. Economies, telemies tend to be very sterile. Hysterical anecdote, eligible animals, animals, medical. They such an animal, cannibals, others, status, so go right back home, hold it aside. What's that? I just can't have it. This is Spanish, the planets, the whistle, sopranos, Spanish, I go both sides of my man.
We're gonna put a pause on that for 1 second. Is that fucking up you on your end?
Yeah.
Okay, we are dying here. 1 moment. We have a little bit of server technical difficulties and latency through the internet tubes, but let us try to resolve that shit as Discord servers burn from all the fire y'all are delivering to the stream here. 1 moment. We can't ruin that man's verse there.
We might as well start it over, because we missed the whole beginning of his verse.
Nah. To make up for that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish that track and then we're gonna play another one. Submissions. We're gonna really fuck them up right here, and we're gonna play another one of these guys' submissions. They submitted a few tracks. They're a collective of rappers and shit, so they put a few in the queue, and I was gonna spread them out over a couple shows, but since Discord fucked us in the ass here, we're gonna we are going to okay. Let's both pop in, pop out real quick.
Left it fixed.
Ding, 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 because I changed the server region. All right, we back, and I think we got some higher latency now. I mean, actually lower latency now. Higher would be bad. We had higher, now we have lower.
Yeah, now we're going for higher, boys. We're about to punch it up when it comes to latency.
We're going to...
Nah, I'm trolling.
I think that we're going to continue this song here, and we are going to then play another one from Requiem because we didn't fuck. Discord fucked them, but we are gonna love them for getting fucked.
Yeah. I don't even know what's happening. Oh god.
Daddy face down on the floor, have no more Adderall. Hey, look, we can
it's still packable. Now why don't you just a little bit autistic? Let's draw. All the therapy you need is this pen. Fractals, spirals, undefinables. Bulls, 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 bulls.
Man, that worked out economically for them. They missed 4 bars and are getting a whole nother track out of Discord. Actually, Discord didn't fuck them. Discord took them home, made them dinner.
Yeah, Discord's like, you know what? We're just gonna play a little game and get them a boost. But let's review the first track. All right, I'll step in first since you know them. I don't know them. I just know one of them through Instagram. That's how I got the track. But
No.
Oh, that was yours?
This you know him. No, you know him. This is MF Jesus and his crew. You remember him?
Oh, word. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, it all makes sense now. Yeah. All right. So what the only thing that I don't like about the track is it sounded like it was recorded in 3 studios, which it probably was, and there was 3 different mixes. So the first guy, he really needed to boost up his highs because the last guy was like people think like you want your voice to sound deeper, but if there's no like you can still have highs and still have your voice deep. But what he did was he took out all the highs and like all the mid highs. Like I'm not saying all the mids, but between the midpoint and the highs, he lowered all those to make his voice sound like I don't know if that was his intentions. I don't know his setup, whatever. It could be quality of mic issues, and that's just what he had to work with. But it definitely felt like the first guy had like a home studio edit, and then the middle guy had like a slightly better edit, and then the last guy was in like a real ass studio. You know, so I would just say record your vocals, send it to one guy. Let him fucking mix and master it and make them all sound relatively equal. I know it's going to be difficult with 3 studios. But other than that, the overall flow of the track, the energy in the last 2 verses was amazing. The only thing I didn't like about it was the first verse where the guy sounded like a little bit underwater. And he wasn't like fully like drowning, like washed out. It's just his voice didn't pop.
I think he was learning how to swim, but he wasn't quite there. He needed a lifeguard. I agree. You know, like the first verse, a little low, a little muddled into the beat. Needs some mix work there. The beat actually just comes in really. It's actually I kind of like the beat. It's weird. It has some weird parts to it. I like the little talking bits. The whole government is the system that ruins our lives. Blah blah. I always love that kind of shit. And I like the variety of spitters on it, you know. And I do think that each verse sounds different and like they were recorded somewhere else. Yes, change the mix a little bit. And I had a great thought as Larry was talking. And now I have lost parts of it, but parts of it are still there, and they revolve around this track. Oh, fuck, I unplugged my headset again, but I'm still talking because I know you can still hear me. We are, I don't know. It was a fun track, and it just needs some mix work. You know, I like the second verse and the third verse the most, but I felt like when that third verse came in, it needs maybe some little initial timing adjustment. I'm not sure. At the beginning, it's the beat's very wonky, but the transition from that middle verse to the third verse, though the third verse was good, it just needs a little adjustment right there in that transition, and I think you can get it sounding. Whew. Oh, I remember now. Thank you, you motherfucker. Yes. I think that in the mix, in a track like this, I think that what we discovered last week when we listened to that Turkish song, and every single person in this chat was like, that is an ideal mix. I need to say that you should maybe define a reference track for yourself for this track like this. When you're having multiple people spitting, find a reference track that has just a beautiful, crisp mix and try and get your shit sounding like that, because yeah, I mean, I think that is a pro tip that maybe can help a lot of people progress in their mixing abilities, is using more reference tracks and actually listening to how clear each instrument is versus the vocal and stuff. And I know that sometimes you're going for that grungy type style with the beat, but that's fine. But maybe find you a grungy type reference track. I'm sure you guys had some inspiration. And here we go as me and Larry move up another rung on YoTwitchTvRaps second episode, baby. We're going to play another Requiem track here, and this is Don't Bite.
Ooh.
Yo, I wish I knew what I was doing with my life. But oh God, I got no clue what's going on, and I kinda like it that way, you feel me?
Daddy, baby, who you tryna be? We're like family. Who taught you your manners? Don't you dare bite the hand that feeds. Now you say, who? Can you say, I'ma go faster than John in the coupe?
Yeah, that's facts. Most brother than math. Most running the gas, go 4 into the half. Got him brushing up on math, but I've been hunting for the stash, little something in the bag. I ain't rushing for the cab, and I was running for the past we clash with the clan and the family. You didn't understand her, man, that rap, and you catch me in a rad pageant. Truth be told, but that ass magic. Blow stupid as a stack of bricks, might cut your grass like a crack addict. She suck your cash like a bad habit. Yeah, I tucked the flash, now I'm back at it. I'm on the run and I'm kinda rushed, so I just let it bust on your bland pattern. Daddy, baby, who you tryna be? We're like family. Who taught you your manners? Don't you dare bite the hand that feeds. Now you say, who? Can you say, I'ma go faster than John in the coupe? Undeclared freshman, swear she gonna fail, so she fix her problems right down in the yellowtail. Who the one to tell her what to do on a weekday? I'ma tell her just to go freak wine Wednesday. So pour another glass. Don't worry, baby, you look fine, baby, you really look fine. Swear on my life, yeah, I just gotta ask. How many glasses of that wine did you end up drinking tonight? You said 6, so shit don't spell out. Daddy, baby, who you tryna be? We're like family. Who taught you your manners? Don't you dare bite the hand that feeds. Now you say, who? Can you say, I'ma go faster than John in the coupe?
No, wacko, wanna have a tantrum. There he goes again, taking the beat, sipping off. Slam door, whack off, beat it on the hour like a grandfather clock. And I keep it half fast like a mule. You don't wanna see my asshole, bro. You don't wanna see what I'm half horse for. Before you get your plan, you have to incube one. Another hour passes past that pendulum. Got an 1850 style, but kids like Lindy Hop. Got a fake story about stars, evacuate the city block. I change lanes, y'all change cars. You play the games I cheat on. I bite the hands you eat from. You pray the plane lands, I free fall.
All right.
What?
I got a little bit mixed feelings about the track. Now don't get mad at me, chat. I like the track. I really like the track, and I think that we need more music like this. And I'm not saying this style of music. I mean, people making their own music from their heart, not because they heard Lil Pump do a song and they try to mimic it. This is an original song. You can't really find many groups, especially groups that are coherent enough to make shit like this together. But I'll just start off with it could be a little bit of placebo, but I felt like the chorus that really, when you that really chill part, I felt like it was a little bit drowning, like you were on the verge of drowning. But I don't think that it was completely drowned out, because by the second and third repeat of the chorus, I already knew what you were going to say because I had already heard it and I was listening really hard. But that's the point. I had to really listen so I can understand what you were saying. I would just say bump that chorus up like a decibel. That'd be good. The second guy, the first verse, I think it was, that guy had fucking crazy flow. Like, that flow was nuts. That man was like, he would go chill and then just da 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 real quick, and then chill and then da 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 da. Like, he was just straight chilling. Like all the artists in this song got really good lyrical content. I would say overall, this is a much more cohesive track. You could tell that the editing in this track was a lot better than the previous track.
Lee, in my opinion, this one has that little bit of the magic factor. It's unique, where even the flaws I did notice, I was having a lot of fucking fun with the track. I love the contrast between the guy delivering kind of the hook melody there and those interim parts, and then the verses. Very nice work. Actually, the mix sounds pretty good. I think a track like this, though, like Larry said, boosted up. I think a track like this fun, can't hurt to be louder. Parts of it for sure. Fun track. Man, you guys are really doing something good. Whoever produced that particular beat for you, get that motherfucker.
Did
that
well.
That was an immaculate beat. I mean, great beat selection, great writing on top. The guy who wrote the melody, fucking beautiful way to work with to set up a structure, in between the verses that was cohesive, and it felt like a full track. It felt like a song. I mean, like it, there were the verses, and then there were those lower just
almost
lower
monotone
tone things.
Yeah, that
monotone. And it was awesome. I liked that a lot. A+, man. Fun.